there, besties. I am on the couch. I just woke up because I just don't know what to do with myself at this point. I just don't know what to do with myself. You think that you're doing one thing like for the next 5 to 6 days, and then all of a sudden you're not, and it's like I don't know what to do. I don't know where I'm supposed to be. So, and for those that hold on a second. Shout out to everyone that is here. I see you. I appreciate you. Please make sure you hit the like button for me. Subscribe if you are new. All right. So I'm back. Shout out to the y'all who were here earlier today when I went to eat after missing my flight to the Caribbean. And you know, you know that is where I'd rather be more than anything in the world is in the Caribbean, okay? So I'm home on the couch, which is fine. At least I have a couch and a home to go to. Others do not. Anyway. I was looking to see what was going on because what happened is that initially my TSA pre-check was not on my boarding pass. So that means you can't be in the TSA pre-check line, which is long. So I'm out of Philadelphia International Airport. For those that don't know, at least for this time, I switched between PHL and BWI. And Frontier is who I was going with because they go to St. Martin only on Saturdays and Thursdays or something like that. It's only like certain days that they go there. People aren't really going to St. Martin like that, so it makes sense, right? But they have all of my information because I fly them plenty, and I have the Go Wow. So I have the Go Wow pass. Everything is in the app because you have to go to the app. Just go to the app. Gotta go to the app. Everybody gotta go to the app. Child, how do people that are older than us though do with the apps, especially if you're like 70? How do you deal with apps? I'm not saying that you can't. I'm just asking. Okay. So of course I don't notice it. So maybe that's my bad until I'm on my way. And I'm like, oh Lord, help your people. Get into the line. I know I noticed it when I was in the line. Because then they came over and said, this is the TSA pre-check line, which was a long line. Okay. So I don't know how many people are familiar with Philly International. So a lot of it is closed down because they don't have enough workers in there, or a portion of it. Now, let me not say a lot because I wasn't over the whole airport, just a portion of it, but there was barely any traffic, which was the first sign of what the hell is going on because there's always traffic at PHL. So then I get into the line because it's like, all right, I know I got it. So I'm in the line, which is a long line. It extends to parts of that damn airport that I wasn't even familiar with. I've been on a long line for pre-check before, but not this long. That's the way that it extended. The wait I would anticipate would have been approximately an hour. All right, fine. So then when the person comes over and reiterates that you need to have the check on there that says pre-check on there, and I was like, oh my God. I was like, I know you effing lying. Because I'm like, this is the line, the regular line. The regular degular smegulars was already snakes. I was listening to a program earlier and they were talking about how the line snaked. And you know what? That is the perfect way to describe it. And I hate snakes, but that's the perfect way to describe it. It looped here, it turned there, it wiggled around here, then you wiggled around there, and then you went on over here, then it was straight for a bit, then it looped back. It was all crazy. So I got on with Frontier because you can't really talk to anybody. So I'm chatting with somebody and I'm just like, I just need you to get pre-check on my boarding pass and I'm fine. That's all I need. They check me through all this. It takes a half an hour to get that done. In the meantime, I'm standing in the other line with the regular degular smegulars, which is looped and looped and looped. It snaked so much. They were like, oh, okay, we fixed it. All you gotta do is go back in, it ain't there. Refresh, it ain't there. Go to the email, bring it back up, it ain't there. I'm like, child's not here. Oh, you need to enter in your date of birth. Girl, I don't have time to do all that. I'm on a phone. And I ain't got time to do all that. It's already in there. It's not going to let me do anything. So she goes and does it, blah, blah. Refresh. I deleted the app. I put the app back on. Still in that long ass line, barely moving. And then she, after it's still not working, she says, well, you're going to have to check with TSA. Bitch, what does this have to do with TSA? It just don't have anything to do with TSA. So now you're just saying, oh, well, it's your fault. Oh, is it? Oh, is it now? Because, child, the line, so those that are familiar with Philly, and the first, I just saw this video on Fox. I'm about to bring it up, where it shows the Philadelphia International Airport. And I want to explain it to you because I put a post up on my Facebook that says, I don't really know how much time you need, but at this point, I would say probably 5 to 6 hours. And this was in the wee hours of the morning. And a friend of mine who works at Southwest, I believe he works for, said, oh, no, you don't need that much time. I was like, who are you talking to? Are you there right now? I know you work there and everything. But the lines that I just experienced at 5 and 4, 5 in the morning flight, what the hell are you talking about? Please shut up. Because you weren't there in this particular line. Now, the lines can change during the day, yeah. Depending on whatever it depends on. The lines could be shorter. It could be going faster. So all I'm saying is I don't think it's an exaggeration what they're saying at all. At all. So, yeah, so listen, I don't have a whole life day to give to the airport just to sit there to allegedly just make it on time. Because then you're going to be pissed if you get there 24 hours and then they get you in an hour. So you got to wait 23 hours in the airport. Or it's 6 hours. There's no rhyme or reason at this point. There's no rhyme or reason. Exactly. I'm supposed to be at least by the pool. Well, it just landed about 45 minutes ago. So I'll probably be on my way to the resort. But I could be eating and drinking by pretty soon, fairly soon. And on my way to the beach for show. But I digress. So another friend of mine said, just go to the casino host and ask them if they're reissued. So we'll see if they do. If not, Biloxi is on the list, y'all. They're gonna keep sending me free trips. I'm going. So my problem is not even with the trip because it's free, right? They just want me to come and gamble. The problem is with the airline because it's as far as I'm concerned, it's Frontier's fault. I'm not even gonna give JetBlue a hard time because that's who the come home is because they ain't got nothing to do with this. I'll take that loss. Frontier? No. Y'all gonna give me this money back. So I disputed the charge already. And got to talk to Amex to give them the details. Because blame the government, child. I don't care. But I'm not. No. Somebody going to give me this money back because this is bullshit. And I paid for a seat. I was up in front, row 4. Shit. Both times. Because it was a layover. Oh, so the layover was in the ATL, Atlanta Hartsfield, if I'm not mistaken, is what it's called. And I've been watching their news. 30% of those people are not at work, and that airport is big as all the get out. Big as all get out, okay? So I know that they're going through it. Shout out to Ms. AB. I appreciate you. She said they were testing your nerves. They were definitely testing my nerves, but, I wasn't upset. I really wasn't upset. I can't be mad at PHL. I'm not happy with Frontier, but I'm more upset, the fact that we're going through this shit unnecessarily. Because like I said, I don't need to book another flight. I'm okay. Had that shit taken care of by the time that next cruise happened. You know what I mean? But, so then I was just perusing. And then I see that Trump has come out and said that he's going to send ICE agents, which honestly, I think, first of all, Child, if there's a person that's gonna make shit worse, it's definitely Donald damn Trump. Okay, so now this ninja is saying, he's gonna send ICE. Now it would be funny, not really funny, but funny to us, but probably not really funny to those people that would be there because y'all already know if he was to go and do this, you already know who's gonna come and cause chaos.
What kind of shit is that?
They're gonna come in there and cause chaos and make things much worse than it needs to be, screaming, whistling, yelling, blocking traffic, which we don't need a PHL at all. At all. That's why I was like, when we came through and there was no traffic, I was like, ooh, this is like the start of a horror movie when there's no traffic when you pull up to Philadelphia International. But I already know that that's what's going to happen. And then if there's a incident a la Minnesota, then we don't need that. Okay, we don't need it. We got enough issues as it is. We don't need none of that. Okay, but let me go ahead and hold on a second. Wait. Thank you, Boo. She said, a side note, Robert Mueller died. Russia collusion. Oh no. Yeah, somebody just told me that. I was like, who is that again? He prosecuted Trump or something. Of course, it was a liberal, so he was he loves Robert Mueller. I was like, please take that Trump derangement syndrome on somewhere, child. I'm not in the mood. I am not in the mood. So they're allegedly in session to try to allegedly resolve this, but I believe it when I see it, child. I believe it when I see it. Let me go ahead and show you. I'm on the couch. I got one screen, so just bear with me, y'all. But it seems to be working. This poor computer has been through it in less than 12 hours, though. So hopefully it makes it through what I needed to make it through. Let me figure out where I'm supposed to be real quick. I have so many tabs open. I don't even know where I'm at. Oh, you know what? Let me go to this Elon Musk first, because Elon said that he wants to pay TSA. Elon Musk offers to pay TSA salaries during funding lapse. Child, he can afford it.
Spring break is here, and flyers are bracing for low.
Child, hold on. Look at that. Before we even get anywhere, this is Hartsfield Jackson. Okay, this is in the ATL. Look at this mess. This is Christmas type stuff, yeah. This is ridiculous. It's like, wear your mask, child, because C-19 might be there waiting for ya. I'm just saying, wear your mask it on up, okay?
Long security lines as the partial DHS shutdown drags into another busy travel weekend. Thousands of TSA officers are calling out of work, and it's expected to cost airlines millions of dollars a day, with this one heading in the same direction. Here to talk more about the high price of this shutdown is Taylor Riggs, co-host of The Big Money Show, a great show. Sometimes I get to sit in with you. And Taylor, nobody better to address. So let's talk about the economic impact of this.
Yeah, so for now, not a whole lot, because as you can see with the line so long, there's still a lot of demand there. Now, the longer this goes on, the more of the economic impact. I'm not thinking about just me being inconvenienced, but what about all the people who are going without paychecks? They still have to pay rent. They have to pay their bills.
You know what? And that's what I was saying when I've talked to, the people that have been checking on me, to shout out to Ya and people in my life. I'm not mad at all, because while I knew this was going on, I just feel like I don't even have a clue as to how long you should be there in order to get through this mess, right? And I know that it's not the workers at Philly. I know it's not their fault. So I can't, be mad at them at all. And you know what? I totally missed out. My bad. We talking about the ATL.
She was fucking his best friend. So, I mean, everybody's fucking down here in Atlanta. I don't know what to tell you. They breeding like rabbits down here. Everybody getting ass.
So I'm worried about their ability to make payments. And then, of course, when people at home start to think about spring break, Easter's in 2 weeks, looking at these long lines, are there going to be people like us who say, okay, you know what, with young kids, maybe I won't travel, I'll cancel my flights, I'll pull back. If you get enough people who do that, then that's a real economic impact of people pulling back and saying,
that would be me. Let me raise my hand. That would be me. I told y'all I'm supposed to roll out next month. I'm watching. I'm watching. We'll see.
I'm not going to travel. I'm canceling plans altogether.
You know, you raise a good point because it's not just spring break. With Easter coming, now decisions have to be made as the Senate doesn't appear to be any closer to breaking this logjam.
You know what's interesting is there's a group of airports, San Francisco International is one of them, who's involved in the SPP. Basically, it's falls under TSA in terms of those private contractors have to have the same standards, but it's sort of a public-private partnership. It's close to privatizing TSA that we haven't had in a while. My call is, let's privatize TSA. This is ridiculous, the fact that all of this can go unfunded and be held up by Democrats who don't want to get on board and fund DHS. So we've done analysis of you could do that. You could try to privatize. I mean, that's not a short-term solution. That's going to have to be a
285 to 580 million a day. Wow. Yes, give me my damn money back.
Year debate in Congress to figure that out. But people who are signed up for Clear, even pre-check, I've looked at lines at San Francisco Airport. They're moving because they've gone with private contractors and not relying solely on the government.
Okay, so you brought up the privatizing. We just, in the last headlines here minutes ago, we learned that Elon Musk is now offering, putting on the table, that he would pay the salaries of TSA employees. You can see it here. He says, I would like to offer to pay the salaries of TSA personnel during this funding impasse that is negatively affecting the lives of so many Americans at airports throughout the country. I got to tell you, Taylor, good on you, Elon Musk.
Yes.
If you have the wherewithal and means to do it, because
we'll see. Okay, just because these people start talking don't mean that they really gonna do it. They just be talking. Child, Trump be talking all damn time. He don't be meaning everything that he say. He just be saying shit. Just like Jamie Dimon can say shit and cause stocks and shit to go into a frenzy. Child, don't be about it, do it. Don't talk about it, be about it. Don't talk about it, be about it. That's it. Move on, do it. Don't talk about it, just do it.
these TSA agents, these men and women are real humans. And a lot of them aren't calling out sick or quitting because they're angry. It's because they've got to make ends meet and they've got to rush out and find a job where they're going to get a paycheck.
We've done so many statistics that right now you have, what, a quarter of households living paycheck to paycheck. Imagine if you're a TSA agent and you have families to feed and you're not getting paid and you're not able to put food on the table. You are having to call out to maybe work a second job. I love Elon Musk. He throws things out there. I'm not sure it would really stick. The funding does have to come from the government, but I love that he is pushing calls to get out there.
Hey, thank you, girl, child. Thank you, white woman, for telling the truth, child. You just out here talking, just causing more chaos and shit, trying to look good in front at this point, in my opinion, allegedly.
The only other thing I will say is we heard from Delta a few weeks ago. They have said demand is through the roof. They said 8 out of their top 10 booking days have come in March alone.
It's tax season. That is the absolute reason why people got money in their pocket. We got money. People got money in their pocket. People want to go on vacation. They trying to spend it. They trying to get on up out of here because they tired of listening to dumb shit. Now, I'm not going to go through dumb shit, but y'all already know what it is, right? People want a freaking break. They got money to do it. Now they trying to get on up out of here. Now they got to go through all this. I mean, it's not rocket science why so many people and the kids are off, I guess. I didn't realize it was spring break. So then it's spring break. And then she's saying that it's about to be Easter in a couple of weeks. All that. This is the time. This is when Beyonce would be announcing her concert.
5 of those being in the first week that the war in Iran started. So that's sort of a separate issue, but Delta has seen demand across all different cabin types. So for now, it looks like demand is not going anywhere, which means for now, lines might stay long if you're unfortunately that TSA agent.
But just a final point, and that is we were just showing the call out rates at airports across the country in places like Hartsfield, Jackson, Atlanta Airport, or in Houston down there. 4 out of 10 are calling out. And so how long do flyers really want to be in those crazy lines we've seen?
If you have young kids, you're not willing to wait in line for a couple hours.
Oh, Lord, help your people. I ain't even think about them kids, especially if you got babies. They don't know how to keep still. They going to be whine. Them kids wasn't awake at this time of the morning this morning. They was not awake. I didn't even think about that part of it. Can you imagine standing in the line? We're about to look at it. Let me move on over to this. This is a view of the Philly airport. So I'm glad that it came up. This is acting deputy TSA administrator. This will continue to get exponentially worse. Oh, joy.
Travelers are bracing for very long lines at the airport this weekend.
Okay, this is Philadelphia International Airport for those that don't know, okay? And the way that this works, right? Let me get over here. If you can see the mouse, you see these people to the far left. They're coming up the stairs. They're coming up the escalator. They're coming up the stairs. In the background where you see these blue screens, underneath of here and a little bit further back is where you need to go in order to get to TSA. Okay. So that's what you're seeing. The stairs where you see no one there, that's to go down to get out or to go back to ticketing. So this is not even ticketing. So you know how you come in and you got to get your bag ticketed if you have one, or you got to check in if you don't do it on your phone and you have to get your boarding pass? That's downstairs. That's before all this. And it was a hot ass mess too. Snaked lines. And the audacity of it is that they turned off, or allegedly the kiosks weren't working. So that made it even worse. Now that part I blame Philly on. That part I blame PHL for. Why are these kiosks not working so people could at least print their boarding passes if they don't need to, if they don't know how to use the app, if they didn't have the app, at least that would kind of eliminate them from being downstairs. So so keep this in mind. There is a long ass snaked ass line just to check your bags if you got bags checked. So first you have to wait there because you have to drop them. Then you have to do this, come up here to get through TSA. So these people that are coming up are about to, they're probably in line here because this is the line right here. This is probably the, hopefully the end of the line right here. Child, you just have to be there to experience it, child. You don't want to though.
As TSA workers, they still haven't got a paycheck. Grady Trimble joining
Child, hold on. Look at this
weekend as TSA workers.
I walked down here. This line is worse. This was from Thursday, okay? I walked down here. You see where these people are walking? Not only is this a snaked line right here, they then have to go to the left. Once they get through this, they got to go all the way down to the left. There's a whole long ass hallway where they have those moving laters. I don't know what you call them, where you walk on them, but it's it's moving. They got those over there. That's how you exit. That's how you exit the airport once you come back. So the lines was all the way back there and then snaked again. Child, you have to be there to understand, child. A mess.
Grady Trimble joining us from O'Hare in Chicago. What are the security lines like there now?
Well, they're looking good, Stuart, running pretty smoothly, but that speaks to the unpredictability of the wait times at airports across the country, because that is certainly not the case at other airports. Take a look at this video.
So before he even talks, I'm sorry for the interruptions. That's my point. You really don't know what the time frame that you will need. You cannot know. Who expected that? What you see right there for Philly, you technically, how it typically, not on, not on holidays. You come up those escalators and then you walk over to get into the line where they have the tape, I guess you would call it, and that's it. Not no down here, snaked here, round the corner, curve back. No. I can't even. I may have seen this happen one time. It may have been at Christmas one time. I've never seen this foolishness again. So to say that, oh, you really only need to be there for 5 hours or 3 hours. No, you can't say that. You don't know. And it might be a time that you come in there and it's barely anyone like normal. At this point, you cannot tell. I'm sorry, you don't know.
Out of Houston this morning, you can see that the lines were long, and at one point, one of the terminals was reporting a wait time of 3 hours to get through security. That has dropped down to a mere 2 hours at that terminal in Houston right now. And in Atlanta, we've got a live look at the terminal there. That's been one of the hot spots for long wait times. It was taking passengers at the peak this morning more than 2 hours to get through security. Now that seems to have dropped down according to the airport's website. And the problem, Stuart, is staffing. Since Sunday, around 10% of TSA workers have called out of work. That's about 5 times the normal rate, and it's much higher at certain airports. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy is going so far as to warn that smaller airports could have to shut down if the shutdown extends into next week and TSA agents miss another paycheck. That would happen on March 27th. Making matters even worse, Congress is heading into a 2-week break at the end of next week. So if they don't...
I know you lying. Child, what? Y'all, I know you effing lying. They are about to go on a I guess they get the spring break, and everybody else gets to just suffer. Wow. Wow. And they'll just go. And then they'll just go and they'll just be like, you'll be okay. And then they'll come back talking about what the American people want, what the American people want. And then the American people will go and reelect those same people, child.
Don't have a deal by the end of next week, then certainly those TSA workers are going to miss another paycheck and then potentially another one after that during that break unless lawmakers get it together and fund DHS. Stu?
All I can say is they better get it together because we can't handle another couple of weeks like this. Just not going to happen. Grady, good stuff.
Right.
Thanks very much. Acting.
I mean, it's going to happen if they don't do anything and they go on their break while they getting paid.
Deputy TSA Administrator Adam Stoll joins us now. What's it going to be like this weekend with TSA officers calling out sick? Is it going to get worse than it is now?
Yeah, absolutely. I think, as the days continue, this is going to continue to get exponentially worse, both in terms of wait times for our passengers across the United States, but also our TSA officers. As you heard in that segment, financial pain is high for our folks. This is the second time, 6-month period for an elongated period of time where they have not been paid. And so, again, they're either going to quit or just not be able to afford to come in altogether. So it is problematic, and we're expecting wait times to get worse if Senate Democrats do not act soon.
Do you think that security has been compromised?
No, sir. We are focused every single day on maintaining that aviation security integrity, and that is the priority. And you heard this Transportation Secretary as well in terms of possible impacts of small airports to maintain that security integrity. With few lines and few officers, we may have to temporarily suspend operations at those airports to maintain that security integrity. So we will not compromise that. That is a focus, the top focus for TSA and for DHS every single day.
Are we close to that? Are we close to the point where a small airport might have to close because of staffing concerns?
Sure. It's hard to assess this on a day-to-day basis. It is very much unpredictable, in terms of call-out rates. We've seen a steady increase in call-out rates by the day. And so I can't tell you exactly when, and I can't tell you exactly where, but I can certainly tell you as this continues, that likelihood becomes more and more certain.
The people who have called out, you can't really discipline them when they come back. You can't really fire them because you're short of staff anyway. Right. What are you going to do with those folks?
Right. So we're doing everything we can to, maintain some level of flexibility, particularly for the individuals that are hurting financially, frankly, can't afford, that are living paycheck.
I want to know if it was any of y'all who was expected to go to work and get paid whenever they decide they're going to pay you. And I'm not, blaming this dude on the screen because he's just giving his thoughts, right? So if they, is this Lou Dobbs' child? Whatever his name is. He sat up here and said, so what are you going to do with them? Because you can't really discipline them. So y'all think they can't discipline them once they come back? They can say that if they want to, because once the story is over, the story is over. If they have the time, obviously they have the time, they can utilize it. I'm assuming, because some places work differently, but if you have the time, as long as you have the time, you out of there, you have the time. But what could they possibly offer y'all that would make you come back and work for free and knowing that that you'll eventually get paid, Bueller? What is it that they pizza, child? What can they offer you? What can they offer you to say, I'm going to come in there and I'm going to work while y'all work through this and I'm going to be a model employee? Okay? What could they offer you? Child, I mean, I don't know if you're saying a pay, right? Not a handshake. I'm just saying that, I'm just sitting here thinking that what could you offer me to make me come in and basically work for free on the strength that I'll get paid at some point? At some point. They want possible bonus checks from Christy Nome. Okay, I could understand that. That they would want bonus checks, period. Yeah, but let's negotiate that. Don't be coming at me and saying, oh, I'm going to just give you, when the time comes, $500. Ain't nobody trying to hear that. Okay, Lou Dobbs is dead. Child, any other time, I'm making dead people alive and alive people dead. Thanks for letting me know. Child, whoever this man is. They didn't get their bonus last time? Oh yeah, this is working out great. I can't imagine where the trust might be.
The paycheck that can't afford to come in. But again, we are seeing the disproportionate, the overwhelmingly high amount of individuals are coming in every single day. 90% of our TSA officers, despite not receiving a paycheck for an extended duration of time, they're still coming in, and we thank them for continuing to come in. But we're doing everything we can again to get them to show up, and they are dedicated, resilient federal workers doing the job to protect the American people every single day.
Well, it would be nice to see Congress get its act together and get some funding for you guys, and I think we're all looking.
Yeah, to say the least. Whatever his name is, to say the least, that's what they could be doing, right? No, they about to go on vacation, child. They are about to go on vacation. Let's go over to News Nation. Musk offers to pay TSA salaries. Let's hear what they got to say over here, child. Hit the like button for me. Subscribe if you are new. Shout out to the travel channel that's listed on here, since it's about traveling. I was supposed to be traveling somewhere because I'm supposed to be in St. Martin right now, but clearly that's not going to happen. Next time, though.
And it needs to be resolved at the federal level.
I'm 5 hours early because I knew that the line is going to be long. I didn't expect it to be this long.
And every time I go to the TSA, I think about how they're not getting paid at the moment. It's like, hey, the work they are doing is serious, and they're not getting paid for it.
It's not fair. It's not right.
Okay, airline passengers growing increasingly frustrated, you could say, as the shutdown stalemate drags on. We're taking a live look at San Francisco Airport as flight delays and cancellations are mounting across the country. TSA workers calling out or just flat out quitting as they go unpaid, leading to massive security lines that we've been seeing and even missed flights. And there's no clear sign of when this all could end, but we know who's covering it all. That would be News Nation's Marcus Espinoza back at Newark Liberty International Airport. Marcus, I was out there earlier this week doing the same thing, talking to people who are very frustrated, watching those lines kind of ebb and flow. It really depends on the time of day. And now we're learning that Tesla CEO Elon Musk has a proposal to help this whole thing out. So what do we know?
Hey, Laura, good morning. Yeah, the most surprising news of this early morning is that post on X by Elon Musk, the very same person, the billionaire who wanted to get rid of government waste, says now that he will pay the salaries of TSA personnel during the government shutdown. What a claim.
Child, what does Ninja say? I would like to offer to pay the salaries of TSA personnel during this funding impasse that is negatively affecting the lives of so many Americans at airports throughout the country. Child, price is wrong button.
And what a move, because TSA lines are growing. And while it's not so bad at this current moment here at Terminal A at Newark Liberty International Airport, it is getting bad across the country. So really interesting to see if and how Musk can follow through on that, because it's an issue. Already an average of almost 10% of TSA workers are calling out in airports nationwide as a result of missed paychecks. Airports like Houston and ATL, that number even higher, with a third of workers calling out. These call outs happening as TSA officers have been working through this partial DHS shutdown for more than a month now. The staffing issues creating longer lines and more strain at our nation's busiest airports during spring break. We talked this morning to some passengers coming through Newark to see their thoughts on the shutdown and the problems it's creating.
I think what they're going through is terrible. I think it's ridiculous that they haven't got paid, and the people in Congress just need to do something to get this right.
To say the least, it's ridiculous.
So they could miss their second full paycheck come March 27th. I spoke with the TSA worker yesterday.
March 27th. I thought it. Wait, what is today? So today's the 21st. So I guess is that next Friday? 6 days? Yeah. Wow. Child, I thought this should be paycheck number 3, because I thought that they didn't get one starting in February 14th, if I'm not mistaken.
They just one-on-one off camera, Laura, and she told me she has a huge electric bill that she simply cannot pay. The electric company really didn't care. They just said it needs to get paid. So that's the kind of situation these folks get stuck in. Also, smaller airports could get shut down if this rolls on, because if 1 or 2 people call out of a small regional airport, a TSA worker, then they pretty much can't staff that safely. So serious ramifications can still take place from this government shutdown.
Wow. Marcus Espinoza, what a mess. But I know that you're watching it all. You'll bring us up to speed.
Yeah, Mark, thanks for your help. That's enough of that. So that's Newark in Jersey, I do believe. I don't know if that's I don't know. I've never taken a flight out of Newark. I never thought to do that. But I would imagine there's probably issues in New York. What is it? LaGuardia and something else, child. I know that's where people go when they want to fly internationally. And internationally, which is what I would have considered to be doing, is flying internationally. You got to be there even sooner. And I know there's a lot of people that go internationally out of New York. What's it? Look, JFK. Thank you, G Honda. JFK and LaGuardia. They gots to be busy. They gots to be crazy busy. Let's go over to the Trump to send ICE agents to airports, child. Lord help your people. Breaking: Trump to send ICE agents to airports if Dems don't sign DHS. Oh, Lord.
News alert, President Trump just posting this on True Social, quote, if the radical left Democrats don't immediately sign an agreement to let our country, in particular our airports, be free and safe again, I will move our brilliant and patriotic ICE agents to the airports where they will do security like no one has ever seen before, including the immediate arrest of all illegal immigrants who have come into our country, with heavy emphasis on those from Somalia who have totally destroyed, with the approval of a corrupt...
Hold on. Wait. Lord, how many people? What Somalians got to do with this? Let me read this. All right. If the child, why don't he hold a press conference? I'm so sick of people going to the internet. If the radical left Democrats don't immediately sign an agreement to let our country, in particular our airports, be safe, be free and safe again, I will move our brilliant patriotic ICE agents to the airports where they will do security like no one has ever seen before. Child, this man's so remedial. It's always like no one has ever seen before. Lord help your people. Shout out to Uncle Rick. He says, seems ICE is the only government agency that's working everyone else at home and about to go on a 2-week vacation. Congress about to go on 2-week vacation and whatnot, including the immediate arrest of all illegal immigrants. Including the immediate arrest of all illegal immigrants who have come into our country, with heavy emphasis on those from heavy emphasis on those from Somalia who have totally destroyed, with the approval of a corrupt governor, attorney general, and Congresswoman Ilhan Omar. Oh, Lord. Where has Illy been? Has Illy been doing anything? Has Illy been doing anything? Has Timmy been doing anything? Jakey, the AG, anybody heard? Uncle Rick, what's going on with your people down there? Let us know what's going on. Lord help your people.
Somalia, who have totally destroyed, with the approval of a corrupt governor, attorney general, and Congresswoman Ilhan Omar, the once great state.
I mean, that is true. That is true. They did allow this stuff to happen and continue to go as far as it did. Now, I don't know what's going on lately in Minnesota, but we have to get back to that. He said, the once great state of Minnesota, I look forward to seeing ICE in action at our airports. Make America great again, President Donald J. Trump.
Of Minnesota. I look forward to seeing ICE in action at our airports. Make America great again. And that comes, as we know, ICE is fully funded for a few years. So he does have the power to do this. And I guess the question remains, does Chuck Schumer continue this and President Trump make good on that promise he just put out on True Social?
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube and catch full shows.
That's it. Damn it. That's all y'all got. Give me some information. All right, let me see what I can find. See if anybody got any more. In the meantime, let me take you to this one. This is GMA from earlier today. Oh, come on, Ryan. Airports experience delays as TSA workers go another week without pay. This airport is not familiar.
This morning, it is day 36 of a partial government shutdown as TSA workers scramble to meet the travel demand despite their last paycheck arriving nearly 1 month ago.
I hope we pay these people. They deserve to be paid. It's ridiculous what we're going through.
Major airports nationwide are seeing a surge in spring break travel and massive lines like this one in Houston, where the estimated wait time topped 3 hours on Friday.
Oh, Houston. Yo, the Houston people got to come back, yeah. You know, we saw all the Houston people down there wilding out. They all got to come back. They all got to come back. So now they're making their way back. Oh, Lord. So then they're added to it. And then everybody else who's coming from wherever the heck they coming from. And so now you got to contend. Lord. I hope they act right. Just act right.
Friday.
We were kind of shocked because we literally had to go like down, all the way down some escalators.
Was y'all here for spring break? Gargoyle alert.
And come right back up.
A similar situation.
Damn, she got boobs, child. You go, girl.
We had to go like down, all the way down some escalators and come right back up.
A similar situation in Atlanta and at New York's LaGuardia Airport, where the security line snaked outside into the parking lot.
Child, the line is outside. Hold on. The line snaked outside into the parking. The line is out in the parking lot, and somebody gonna be like, "Oh no, you just have to come 3 hours." The line is in the parking lot. The parking lot, yeah. That just sounds crazy. The line is sneaking around inside, but then y'all end up outside. Glad it's not cold. It actually is a very nice day today. Maybe I'll go to the Waffle House. Maybe I can get a dinner out of this for my frustration. So I would like to have a nice steak and a glass of red wine, actually. That sounds good. Chris Creative, thank you, Boo. He said, this is Democrats fighting for you, Messi, because Trump is bad. They fighting for me. Okay. Don't fight for me, Cha. Don't fight for me.
Because Trump bad. Trump bad.
Again!
Because Trump bad. Trump bad.
Going, you're being a racist! Racist!
Not they fighting for me. Oh Lord, they fighting against me. I should not be on this couch right now. I should be a drink in hand, warmer weather than this, and ready to go to the beach. That's what should be happening. Thank you, Boo. Uncle Rick said it's been quiet here. A lot of private meetings at the Capitol. Feds are watching heavy. Should have been there. Should have been there. That's crazy. Now that everything has been destroyed down there. I mean, I don't care. I mean, of course, for those normal people, we do care. But in my opinion, y'all already know they allowed that shit to happen only because they wanted to stick it to Trump because Trump is bad. If that's your reasoning for doing things, get those people out of there. Get those people out of there. Ms. AB, appreciate you. She said, I just signed up for Clear. Whatever helps. Reaper, I don't know if he's here. Asked me if I signed up for Clear. Boo, I ain't even make it close to clearing anything, okay? I ain't make it close to clearing a thing. No, I didn't do any Clear. But for next time, I definitely will. We'll see. We'll see how the sooner they resolve this, the sooner I can get back on deck for a vacation. And I'm gonna go. Y'all know I'm gonna go. But I'm not standing in no lines. I'm gonna get this clear. Ms. AB, thank you. She said, I have TSA pre-check. Lines are long at New York airports. Of course they are, especially, first of all, with all the people that are already in New York. But a lot of the people surrounding come to New York to take those flights to go internationally. And sometimes, honestly, I think it's cheaper. Like, it wouldn't be cheaper for me because it's too long of a drive to go to New York. It is an option, though. And being here on the left coast, or are we the right coast? We got options: BWI, Philly, New York, those two. Who else is close? There's an airport in Delaware that's a small airport, but it's an option. So we have options around here. So that's actually good. That's actually good for us. Then when you go down towards the Atlanta with the ATL, I don't know if y'all have any other airports. But then there's in North Carolina, there's Raleigh Durham. I don't know if there's another airport. That's a pretty decent airport too, Raleigh Durham. And after that, I don't know because I don't drive any further than that. I'm not going to do it. Uncle Rick says best days is Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday. Agree. Wednesday is a good day. But even with what's going on now, they still would have some issues, I think. Because you just don't know. That's what I'm saying. Like, somebody can say, oh, it'll only take 3 hours. You don't really know. It's no rhyme or reason, honestly.
The call-out rates among TSA workers more than doubling since the beginning of the shutdown, with the financial strain growing.
It was a choice between putting gas in my car and paying my light bill. But for some people, there are choices between feeding their children and putting gas in the car.
A vote to end the shutdown failed for a fifth time in the Senate Friday.
The motion is not agreed to.
Democrats are still demanding reforms to immigration enforcement, including requiring agents to take off masks and wear body cameras. Travelers we spoke with here in Dallas are trying to be patient.
Wait. What do they want? Democrats demanding reforms, including requiring agents to take off masks and wear body cameras. I mean, it was the height of freaking freezingness in Minnesota. So So they should not have a mask on because you just want them to be seen. Body camera, I don't care about that. Wear a body camera. Because if everybody doing what they're supposed to be doing, then there you go. Right? Fine. If it's cold, wear a damn mask. You're not gonna. You know the interesting part about that. These MFers talking about don't wear a mask. Weren't these the same MFers telling ya to wear masks everywhere you go and don't take them off during C-19 Bueller 2020, 2021, 2022? Protect your fellow American. Make sure you wear a mask, mask up, mask it up, mask, 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 mask. It's all good in the hood when they want something. But then all of a sudden, we want to change our minds and go to complete opposite, and everyone should just listen to what we're saying. You see this craziness? This is what they did in Philly. I believe it was Philly. Because they didn't want them to wear Pooh Shiesty masks, right? But the problem with that is that y'all just got finished telling everybody to wear a damn mask. And then you turn around and tell people not to wear masks in dead of winter? So our faces are supposed to freeze off. Our noses are supposed to get frostbite. Because now y'all are saying that it's dangerous for people to wear masks. Child, these people crazy. This is all the more reason why these people are crazy. I understand that these politicians want to have control. I get it. I understand. But what they need to be told and what they need to understand is that you can't just go from one extreme to the other and we just supposed to ping pong with you. We basically ping pong, y'all. They want us to ping pong. No. I don't give a damn about no mask. If they want to wear a mask, wear a mask. If they don't, they don't. If you get a body camera, fine. Get a body camera. Get a body camera. We're not waiting for that. Continue to do your work until you get them body cameras together. And whatever those rules are for the oppressor would be the same rules for the ICE people. And then you gotta somebody need to put in there, you gotta have some serious penalties for those that interfere. They need to put in some serious, and I don't know if that they can do that. I'm just suggesting myself. Have some serious penalties if you impede the work of an ICE agent. Because these liberals are crazy. These liberal white women are crazy. These LTMs are crazy. I said that. I meant that. If I missed a question, I apologize. But the question is from Ken: how many Trump supporters does it take to change a light bulb? Answer: none. Trump claims he fixed it, and they all stand around cheering in the dark. Well, I hope you feel better now that you said what you had to say. That does not help the conversation. But thanks for being here, child. If you can't be mature, please exit stage left. Just exit stage left. Are they going to stop doxing them? How about that? How about that? And that be one of the penalties for if you're doxing them or you running up into churches. Go ahead and make sure that you get a jail time and a significant fine, even if it's 10 days. I'm not saying you got to be there the rest of your life. Let it be 10 days and then you get a nice fine. If you're not going to do anything to deter the activity, if you're not going to do anything to deter the activity will continue. You'll want it to stop. You need to put something into place in order for it to stop. Shout out to EJ. Shout out to Ali. Y'all, please make sure you hit the like button for me. Subscribe if you are new. Uncle Rick said the same folks who tell us not to judge YNs for them wearing Pooh Shiesty masks. Oh, I'm judging. And it's different. If it's the dead heat of the summertime and you got a mask on, I'm sorry. Common sense tells me that's a problem. Today is a pretty warm day. If you outside with a mask on and you ain't got no uniform on, that's going to be a problem for me. I'm judging. I'm stereotyping. Call it what you want. I ain't got a problem with it. Argue with your mom. I got my own brain and I got my own thoughts. And anybody looking like that is up to no good. And I'm going to have to exit stage right. Okay? Chris, thank you, boo. He said the Dems want them to remove their masks so they can dox them and harass them and their families. That's what their supporters want. That's the goal. That's okay. And then that's why these fines and these penalties need to be put into place when they do that. Not only are you going to jail for 10 days, you will be fined $25,000. And if you don't pay that shit, we're going to go ahead and garnish your wages because they got to be stopped. They have to be stopped. You running up into churches? I hope those people go to jail. Don Lemon, especially Don Lemon, because he should know better. And that head of the Black Lives Matter. Go to jail. Go to jail. You're putting people at risk because you think that everyone should follow you. You're nothing and you're no one. We don't care what you think. Just because you think it don't make it true. You wasn't carrying on like this when Obama was president. You wasn't carrying on like this when Joe Biden was president. I'm not trying to hear it. I'm not trying to hear none of it. Save that for your mom. I'm not trying to hear it. Hey EJ, thank you, boo. He said, not my baby. I'm a go woman. And ICE is standing on business. ICE is doing their job. That's all. ICE is doing their job. That's it. Okay. Oh, that's a good one. 5 years in jail. Oh, that's like a standard for something. I feel like that's a standard. I like it. 5 years and $25,000. That'll stop it. I'm for it. You want to take the mask off because you want to see who it is and you want to dox them? Go ahead and dox them. 5 years, 25. That's it. That's all. I like it.
Wear body cameras. Travelers we spoke with here in Dallas are trying to be patient.
Knowing that you're doing your best and not even getting paid to still have a smile on your face, like that can only go on for so long.
And as we get through the morning rush here at DFW Airport, Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy warns TSA lines will get significantly worse if officers miss another paycheck next week, calling everything we're seeing right now, quote, child's play compared to what's ahead. Janae?
Oh my gosh.
Imagine that. Imagine that. Yeah, it probably will get worse. It probably would get worse. Child, if y'all don't go... Anyway, moving on. That was, which one did I want to do? I wanted to go here. This one. From News Nation. TSA officers pushed to the breaking point. TSA officers are struggling during partial government shutdown. Colleague Jesse Weber Live. So when people come and make the ignorant comments like the person that just did, they are so into themselves that they don't even think about the people that are actually suffering, that are actually Americans, that actually are working legal jobs that are not getting paid. You want to push your social activist, whatever you want to call it, agenda because of your Trump derangement syndrome. You can't tell me that there's anything else but Trump derangement syndrome. You can't even reason. There's people that don't even use their brain to reason about what exactly is going on. You can't even reason to what in the heck is even going on. You can't even use your brain to function. You don't even care. You don't even recognize and realize. And I don't put everything on Joe Biden because, all of them have their issues. But we're talking about right now. And what we saw, because we watched it, is that they allowed specifically Cam, as the borders are. Take the name or don't take it. I don't care. She was enlisted by Joe Biden to take care of the border. And she didn't. And we watched people come over. And remember when they found out that Trump was going to be president, right? And they said that they were rushing to come over after the election because they knew that he would put plans into place to stop people coming over from the border. Y'all remember that? We did streams on that as well. But people would like to ignore things like that and just act like this is all only about Donald Trump and forget the fact that they're saying having an ID is considered Jim Crow. Having an ID to vote is considered Jim Crow. Thank you, boo. They want these people these people are fighting. Democrats are fighting to have illegals here and to stay here and then say not to have ID to vote. So who do you think that's going to benefit at the end of the day? Who do you think that's going to benefit at the end of the day if they get illegals to stay, give them everything because they've already been given things. We've been y'all, if you haven't been here to pay attention and watch, that's a you problem. They remember in New York, Bunker TV did videos on it talking about they were given money to get mopeds. Y'all remember that? They were doing delivery, DoorDash and whatever delivery type of things that you could do without ID. They were all sitting outside along the hotels. Remember the nice hotels that they put them all, they kicked everybody out. Y'all, come on. They kicked everybody out. It's all coming back to me now. Shout out to Celine Dion. They kicked everybody out and said, no, they're going in. And they brought them in and they said, no, y'all can stay there. And if I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong, there were some assaults that happened as well. And then when they said, you know what, y'all, we're going to take you down to Brooklyn, it was Brooklyn. They started protesting. That's where this stuff started getting crazy. The illegal people who were put up in nice hotels, given food, given money, given food stamps, given money to buy mopeds so that they could start working. Oh, y'all don't know this? These are facts. We watched it. We did live streams on this. And then when they said, we're going to send y'all to not as good of digs as this hotel, they started protesting. You know why they started protesting? Because the social activists started up then. Really, it was the social activists starting up then. Then they came here and then they came here and then they said, no, y'all got to go. No, this is all Sharon. You don't know what you're talking about. Take your Trump derangement syndrome on. They most definitely, this all happened under Joe Biden. And they allowed these people to come and then they comforted them, they placated to them, and they gave them everything whilst not giving it to the poors. Shout out to the poors, while not giving y'all anything. They wasn't worrying about y'all because they know they already got y'all, because they already said you get enough from us, but we want them because they're going to be more loyal than you. They're going to be more loyal than you. So we're going to do what we need to do for them. Bunkers showed it on his live streams. He was showing us. They were everywhere. So then in these other places, let's talk about Chicago because we watched it. Because the Texas dude bust them on out, flew them on out, and sent them to all the sanctuary cities. Y'all want to be sanctuary cities? Sanctuarize them. Sanctuarize them. And they were over there with the putting them up. They were in the airports. They were y'all remember that hotel that had the veterans in them? Remember that motel Holiday Inn? It was more of a motel. They had veterans in there. They kicked them out, and then they brought the migrants in that were on the buses. Tell me y'all remember. Tell me y'all remember that. And they were on TV. This man that was in a wheelchair, that was a veteran. He was disabled. He was like, I don't know what happened. I don't know why. We had time left on here. They said, no, you got to go. Oh, yeah, because y'all don't want to see that stuff because you just want to believe with your Trump derangement syndrome that Trump is bad. Trump is bad because between Donald Trump and Anton, I don't know who has more power over people's minds. I don't know who has more power over people's minds. Maybe Elon. Thank you for acknowledging what we saw exactly. So this is what they were doing under Joe Biden and allowed it and nobody had a problem with it. You would think that they would be acting the way they acted in Minnesota for that. Okay, my bad. But why weren't y'all wilding out then? Because y'all were okay with that. Because y'all didn't care. Y'all don't care about the disabled, the elderly, the veterans. Y'all only care about yourselves. And you're fighting for these Democrats and doing their work, and they don't give a damn about you. Because the regular poors, shout out to the poors, started complaining in Chicago. They're still complaining. Shout out to them in Chicago. They're still complaining because remember they had a closed school. Y'all, they had a closed school that they would not reopen this was a Black community. And they opened it up. Miraculously, it was able to be open, and they put migrants, illegal, I must call them asylum seekers. Let's call them asylum seekers. They put them in that school, and then the Black people had a fit. And I was like, but child, y'all never listen, and you want to continue to put these daggone people that are against what's best for you or what you think is best for you, and then you allow them to get back in. You allowed them to get back in. And then this is what they do to you. And now they're passing on all of the costs to take care of those people. Brandon Johnson, they're passing it on to who now? Poors, fake poors, middle class, Black people. A lot of black people, but specifically a lot of black people. And what did the black people do? The ones that finally came out and said something a few months ago, they go and stand in front of the Trump building like he did it. No, he didn't do it. He didn't do it. If he did something, trust me, I will say that he did it. He didn't do that. Democrats did it, and Brandon Johnson did it. You can't blame the governor in Texas for sending people to the sanctuary cities. Being a sanctuary city means that you accept them. You want them to come to your city. So you can't turn around and be that and then be mad when it's time for you to do your job. It's time for you to do your job, but you weren't prepared to do your job. You just wanted to seem like, oh, we love everybody and we want to help and support, but you had no plan in place. Let's call a spade, y'all. They had no plan in place because they just thought Texas would deal with it. And any other place that they are at, probably California, maybe Nevada, I don't know. Y'all tell me where they would go. So Abbott, I think it is, said, nah, He said, we gonna send you to the cities where they said that they want ya, because we didn't ask for ya. And then they send them, and then y'all had a fit about that. You are the named sanctuary city. Do what you said you wanted to do. Now, you ended up talking about how it's not right and it's not fair. Oh, it's right and it's fair because you took it on. You took it on. Now it's time for you to work. And nothing is free, y'all. So all these people that think that stuff is free, and how many times I have to say nothing is free. So it was free, I guess, to those that received it, but there's a bill that came due. Now the bill is due, and Brandon is passing it off onto you all who voted him in there. Now we'll see if you learn your lesson. Clearly they didn't learn their lesson in New York because all they heard is free. If you hear the word free, you should run. There's no such thing as free. I'm sorry. I hate to be the bearer of bad news. There's no such thing as free. So they elected Ma'am Danby, who I understand his wife calling black people the N-word and calling ABC people the F-word. But that's who y'all elected. Remember? Then he put the racist white lady in charge of housing, and then the racist black woman, as far as I'm concerned, in charge of the police, or something to do with the security of the police. I forget exactly. Whatever Tamika Mallory was doing, she doesn't like the police. So putting her in charge doesn't make sense. But people think that free really means free and you don't have to pay for it. People are paying for that free now. They're paying for the free now. And guess who those people that are paying for it are? American citizens, people who were born here, people who pay taxes, people who work, people who own homes because their property taxes are going up like crazy. But what you do is you turn around and you fight for the same people that are causing this to happen, and then you vote for the same people that are causing this to happen. They just reelected Terry Prewinkle. I think that's how you say her name. I think her name is Terry. It's a woman, Prewinkle. She ain't ish in Chicago. She ain't ish. She ain't ish. So what they've been suffering through, they will continue to suffer through. And we waiting to see if they reelect Brandon Johnson, because he's up to be reelected, I guess, this year. They said he got an election coming up. We're gonna watch that. They trying to flip Chicago red. Good luck to those people. I don't think it's gonna happen, but good luck to those people. Because at least they trying to change something, because it's been Democratic for, I think they said 60 years. And they still over there suffering because Brandon Johnson don't want you to use words. And these I think we'll call them progressives, okay? They want to change meaning of words, or they don't want to know what the real meaning of words are, and then they make stuff up and people just go along with it. I will not. I am Generation X, and I know how to look up words. That's why we use the dictionary here instead of just listening to what people say because they want to change stuff to suit their narrative. Nah, that's not how we doing it over here. But y'all, let me get back to this. Shout out to all of y'all. I see you. I appreciate you. Hit the like button for me. Subscribe if you are new.
Now is Caleb Harmon Marshall, a former TSA officer who spoke with 17 current TSA workers about what life is like in the shutdown. Thank you for taking the time to talk to us about it. He spoke with 17 officers. What's the similar narrative that you're seeing? What stuck out to you?
Yes, so we already know the obvious. They're not being paid. They're financially strained. They're not able to pay their bills. But I don't think the traveling public gets just how bad this is. Internally, the morale is destroyed. These officers are being threatened if they do not come to work, that they could potentially be fired. So they're working with this added stress of, oh my goodness, I have to go to work. I put in all of these years into this career. I can't allow this government shutdown to end my career after all of the years that I put in. But that's what they're going through right now. Management is telling them if they call out saying that they don't have gas, or if they don't have, financial support to get there, that's not good enough. If they have to go.
So a second ago, when we were listening to that other news story, they were saying that, oh no, there'll be no retaliation. They don't have to worry about retaliation. Oh yeah. I don't give reasons when I call out from work. I don't know if it's a requirement in other places. I don't give people reasons. I say I'm using my sick time. I'm not coming in, I'm using sick time. I'm not coming in, I'm using a personal day. I'm not coming in, I'm taking a vacation day. I don't understand this. Like, I did do it when I was younger because I didn't know any better, but I don't owe you an explanation for nothing. That's what this time is here for. It's to be used and utilized. I do not give reasons. I do not tell people near nothing. Now, my boss will assume and say, oh, I hope you feel better just because I say I'm using sick time. Child, no, you can assume that's you assuming. I'm using my time because it's given to me and it's there for me to utilize however I see fit to use it. As long as I come to work and I work, see, I'm not going to call work and say I ain't got no gas. Now, if I'm going to be late, I might say I'm having trouble with the car, I'm going to be late. I might say that. And I don't even feel the need to say that. But if I say that I need to change my work from home day, I'll give you an explanation because you need to know why, because I shouldn't be changing my work from home day. I'm expecting somebody at the house, the car don't work, blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean? But other than that, you get no explanations on what I'm doing. It's none of your business. You trust me to do this job. I'm an adult. I'm going to use this time how I see fit, and I'm going to do the job that I'm paid to do. That's it. That's all. So just listening to this, it sounds like it's potential for retaliation. Woo! Crazy.
To the doctor, they have to get a doctor's note. They have to pay for that to show some type of documentation to kind of have an approved absence. When you go to the doctor, you have to pay a premium fee to even see the doctor. They don't have the funds to even do that. So right now, they're just really under crisis mode internally.
What are they doing to fight back? Are they taking second jobs? I mentioned the creditor letter. Is that helping at all?
They're definitely taking out second jobs. I know a lot of them are doing.
Okay, I'm sorry to interrupt, but I want y'all to know and understand that with the lines that we've seen, specifically the one in Philly, they did. Once you get up to the front, finally, they still got to do this part. If you beep, they're gonna push you back. They're gonna pat you down. They're gonna bring your bag and put you to the side. This is a part of the delay as well. I don't know that people think about that part. That's another reason why you really can't say that 3 hours is enough, 4 hours are enough. Because if they get beeps and they don't have enough people, they're going to hold the line until they get through with whoever it is that they got to pat down and do whatever it is that they do, which we've seen. Then there's people that still got to take off their shoes, take off your belt, take off your earring. Like, come on now. Kim asked, what do they do when they don't have time? Or when I don't have time, I always have time. I always have time. This is a part of being a responsible worker as well. You have to utilize your time appropriately. So I always have time. I have a lot of time, and I'm blessed for that reason. So I always have carryover, not a vacation, never vacation, but I have carryover of sick time. But I'm gonna use it. I'm gonna use it. I'm just saying.
Helping at all?
They're definitely taking out second jobs. I know a lot of them are doing Uber Eats. A lot of them are doing DoorDash. A lot of them are, helping each other out with their children, watching each other's children because they can't even pay for daycare. I know a lot of reports say that they miss one full paycheck, but they actually missed two because that first partial paycheck that they received, many of them say that they were in the negative because they were all of their allotments were taken out, like their health care and whatever, if they had child support fees, that was taken out of.
Oh, I understand what he's saying. I'm just understanding what he's saying. So they've had 2 so far. So this next one coming up would be 3. Okay. So excuse me. So the insurance has to come out of anything that you had, your 401k, all your deductions still have to come out. So now they're in the negative for that. So does that mean that they're about to lose their insurance? What happened to, like, remember they just said in the last broadcast that the lady had to choose between the paying her electric bill or eating or something like that. I thought they was working with people. What happened to all the working with people? Where did that go? No? Okay. That kind of sucks. The mortgage companies, remember, they were working with people. Okay, we understand that the government partial shutdown, talk to us, you won't have to make a payment or we'll work something out or something like that. Allegedly, that's what they were doing. What happened to that? That went out the window this time? They don't care? Now they don't care? Allegedly. Nobody thinks about that type of stuff. Nobody thinks that far ahead.
Their paycheck. So some of them received as little as $9 paychecks.
Look, I have to, the reason I asked you that is because it goes into the next part. Security risk. Now, what do I mean by that? I'm not saying these TSA workers are coming to jobs and angry and just not going to look the other way. I'm saying they're stressed out. If they're taking second jobs, they may be tired. Is this a legitimate security risk? Should Americans be concerned about flying right now?
Americans should be 100% concerned about flying right now, because you have to think about it. You cannot work at 100% when you are financially strained at home and you're facing eviction. How could you focus on clearing threats when you have your lights off at home? Your children can't eat. There's no way that you can 100% focus on your job. And the unfortunate thing is, it doesn't have to be this way. CBP is being paid. ICE is being paid. I'm pretty sure if TSA was assisting in ICE raids, they will be getting paid. Yeah. And I think the general public should understand that they're funding this agency. I believe in 2025, travelers paid over $4 billion into TSA. Travelers pay a TSA fee every time they book a flight from a
child. Then I've been definitely funding them up and about to see about getting clear. Oh, so y'all don't want my money? Okay? Because y'all know I'm out of here. If I can get out of here and got a place to be, I'm gonna be there. And I need to use this damn Go Wild Pass. Luckily, I wasn't trying to do it before I get my taxes done. Yeah, I still got to do that. That's what I could be starting to get together this weekend since I got time. Cove, I'm sorry if I missed this. Thank you, Boo. He said, did you say read? Who reading? Who? I'm turning into an owl now. Who? Ain't nobody reading. You already know. Pastor Jamal Bryant already said that. Y'all don't read. So he gonna put it in a video. Allegedly. Not allegedly, but just in case, allegedly.
An airline. So why can't we pull these funds, temporary relief or something, to pay these officers?
It's a good point. Anything we can do, what do I mean by that? Anything travelers can do on a day-to-day basis when they're going to the airport, to seeing the TSA workers?
I definitely think that travelers need to be loud right now and really broadcast how they are upset that this is happening to essential workers that's supposed to keep them safe while they're flying. They need to call their Congress women and men and demand that something happens, that these officers are paid some way. Maybe separate TSA from all the other political things that's going on and give them some type of relief to at least pay their necessities, to give them some food or something. They need something to keep going, because a week more of this will be crisis.
They're vital workers. My heart goes out to them. I wanted to do this segment.
And I'm sorry to interrupt. I want to let them finish. If it goes another week, then they go on vacation for 2 weeks. So then that means, in essence, 3 more weeks. 3 more weeks.
Crisis.
They're vital workers. My heart goes out to them. I wanted to do this segment to bring light to it.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our News Nation.
All right, my bad. All right, I thought he had something to say. They just cut it off. But I forget what I was about to say. But anyway, so you're not getting anything. And this is going on 3. This is going on 3. 3 paychecks. So really, if the third one is supposed to come up this week and they don't come to a decision, and then Congress is out for 2 weeks, then they will be moving into 4. Then what? Then what? Now people can't just like me, like, all right, the ticket is already bought. I'm gonna at least go and try. All right, it didn't work out. It didn't work out. But people need to not book anything for sure. That's what I say. Let them the airlines already said y'all need to do something. They ain't listening to them. These people not working together. People want to hold out. So in essence, the reason why I missed my flight is because they want ICE not to have masks on and to wear body cameras. In essence, because they're fighting for illegal asylum seekers, as opposed to continuing the booming ass travel economy. Shout out to all those in Houston. The booming economy where y'all just spent $1 trillion at Valentine's Day and allegedly $1 trillion for Christmas. So now you want to cut back the money flow, the little bit of money flow that's going through allegedly from travel, knowing everybody going to travel. They're going to take them brats wherever, even if they got to go into debt for it. So this is where you want to lie your hat on to make sure that illegals can stay. Child, ridiculous. Let me go over here to Fox. It says $10 left. TSA leader reveals heartbreaking shutdown reality. Lord help your people.
This, a Fox News alert, chaos erupting at America's airports as the nation enters day 36 of the partial government shutdown. Apocalyptic lines across the country as the acting TSA deputy administrator warns that smaller airports could quite literally shut down if Congress does not pay TSA workers. Now, while you will be subject to these onerous security lines, guess who will not? Congress. What? Members of Congress receive expedited and private security. That must be nice. And Senator John Cornyn is looking to put a stop to that with the...
Oh, isn't that interesting? Put it on out there, child. Put it on out there. They don't have to worry about it, child. Remember, Joe Biden used to take the train. From Wilmington to DC. But the rest of y'all senators, they out here getting ushered past the lines. They ain't gotta sit nowhere. They ain't gotta worry about none of it. They know what their time is. They don't have to be in the line. They don't have to be around all the people. They don't have to worry about the snakes. They ain't gotta worry about none of that. They good. Interesting.
These onerous security lines, guess who will not? Congress. Members of Congress receive expedited and private security. That must be nice. And Senator John Cornyn is looking to put a stop to that with the End Special Treatment for Congress at Airports Act, which would require members of Congress to go through the same screening as you do. Now, that bill passed the Senate. It moves on to the House. And we ask, will Congress vote to subject themselves to the same rules that you follow? Meanwhile, roughly 50,000 TSA employees are working without pay. Listen to one TSA worker at Reagan National Airport.
We're not Republicans. We're not Democrats. We're not independents. We're just people that come to work every day to do our job. And all we expect you guys to do is do your job. Pay us for what we do.
Saturday in America sees you, and we will not forget the...
It's interesting that we have to say stuff like, for all the ignorance, would you go to work and not get paid, Bueller? Would you go to work and not get paid, since y'all seem to think that this is not a big deal? Oh, because I see you trolls. So you go to work and then come home and then not have a check and then have to deal with the electric company for some mess about something that has nothing to do with you, with regard to not wearing a mask, for crazy people who want to interfere in something that they had not one word to say when it was a Democratic president. Not one word to say. Robert said, it happened to me as employer, never ever did it again. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. Yeah, Cher, that's true. Secret Service and FEMA not get. I didn't know about the Secret Service, but I did know that FEMA wasn't going to get paid. So guess what? All of y'all that just want to say that it's not a big deal, don't have a disaster in your city. Don't have a disaster in your city. I know you can't prevent it, but who gonna help you? Who'll help you? FEMA was already a mess, honestly. Already a mess.
Pain inflicted upon our TSA workers during the last government shutdown.
Our TSA workers are going without pay. As you mentioned, we have talked to many officers who they're sleeping in their cars. They have just tens of dollars left in their bank account. It really is becoming a huge issue, and they're having to face the question, do they put gas in their car to get to work to serve the American people, or do they stay back at home so that they can pay for groceries for their family?
Now, despite the pain inflicted on travelers and TSA workers alike, Democrats voted for a fifth time to keep DHS defunded, and the liberal media is even noticing now. Look at this ABC headline. Democrats have won.
Uh-oh. You mean the liberal media finally is going to report accurately? Senate once again fails to advance the DHS funding bill. Democrats have once again blocked a funding bill for the Department of Homeland Security. Oh, I'm pretty sure that y'all don't see this. I'm pretty sure that you'll figure out a way to say it's still Trump's fault. Child, just toss Anton, because Anton said...
Because Trump bad. Trump bad.
Again!
Because Trump bad. Trump bad.
Going, you're being a racist! Racist!
Once again blocked a funding bill for the Department of Homeland Security as they continue to insist on reforms to ICE and CBP. And just this morning, Elon Musk said he is looking to do what Democrats will not. I would like to offer to pay the salaries of TSA personnel during this funding impasse. Now let's go right now to Madison Scarpino at Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport, where the early morning rush is just beginning. Madison.
Good morning, Kaylee. Once you get past the check-in counter at this airport, all you can see is a sea of people waiting in these long TSA lines. There are massive crowds of people filling up these hallways. I have never seen anything like this here, as Hartsfield-Jackson has consistently been hit with these long lines almost every single day over the last week or so. So I'm going to have my photographer give our viewers a look at exactly what's going on here right now. People tell us they got here 3-4 hours before their flights, and it's all because TSA workers are not getting any money still, and many are reporting and not being able to pay for basics like gas, rent, and food. Nearly 400 of them nationwide have quit since the start of this shutdown. Over the last few days here in Atlanta alone, almost 40% of them are calling out each day. And this is leading to a lot of frustrated, confused, and tired travelers. Listen.
I feel bad, honestly, for just the TSA workers who are here. So we're just grateful that, we came early because we were prepared, but unfortunately, flight board's in like 30 minutes. So even though we got here early, hopefully we make it.
We're seeing these long TSA lines pop up.
I know you lying. You mean even though she got here early, she still might not make it? Girl, if this is the line that I'm seeing, unfortunately, I don't think she made it. I'm telling you, I don't know how anybody can really say how long the wait is going to be, especially at an airport like Hartsfield-Jackson.
And tired travelers, listen.
I feel bad, honestly, for just the TSA workers who are here. So we're just grateful that, we came early because we were prepared, but unfortunately, flight board's in like 30 minutes. So even though we got here early, hopefully we make it.
We're seeing these long TSA lines pop up at other major airports.
Well, it looks like we lost Madison there. We will follow up with Madison when we get her back, but we are learning that hundreds of TSA employees have resigned since the shutdown began, and they stopped getting paid. Now, my next guest is one of those TSA workers. Here she is, Utah Regional Vice President Tanja Michelle Fowler. Tanja, look, I'm thinking about you guys, and I'm sure you are as furious as so many others that our lawmakers cannot get their act together, cannot get you paid. Tell me about the choice you had to make.
Well, this is the third shutdown that I've been a part of, and at the end of the day, you have to make that choice. If you're going to do a job, you want to get paid. It's a job that I loved. I worked very hard at. We're protecting the American public that are traveling, and that's an important job. As you can see, my family, they come from a long background of serving our country. This was my way to serve the country. But again, at the end of the day, if you're not getting paid for the job that you're doing, and again, being so close to the very last 45-day shutdown that we weren't paid, sometimes you just have to make those difficult choices.
Yeah, it's an incomprehensible choice. How bad do you think these lines are going to get? I was just in the airport yesterday, 2 days ago, I should say. The lines weren't extraordinarily bad, but we have seen them 2-3 hours at some places. If there's a second paycheck that is missed by TSA workers, how bad do those lines get?
They're going to get worse. People are making decisions. Do they pay their childcare? Landlords and car companies and electric companies are not saying, hey, we'll give you guys a break. They need their money just as much as we need our money that we supposedly earn. We're going into week 5. Week 5, they are already owed 3 weeks of pay. And now we're going into week 5 where they're potentially going to miss out on a whole nother paycheck. And that's ridiculous. This is not the American dream that people sign up for when they go to work. They expect to at least get a paycheck. And I think that's fair. We're asking the American public.
Listen to what she's saying. If we go to work, we should at least get a paycheck. Girl, no, don't say at least. No, we're supposed to get paid. Say it with your chest. We work, we get paid. You work, you get paid. I'm waiting for someone to say slavery ended whenever it ended. Nobody said that yet. Or say that this is this is real slavery right here. You want us to work and not pay us until you feel like paying us. I'm waiting for that conversation. And no, ain't no celebrities got anything to say, but we don't need them to say anything anyway. They'll just jump out here and bow to ABCDism real quick and look half damn crazy. And anything that they think they got to do in order to not lose support. They're not going to come out here for something like this. There's no one period ever, unless you're doing an internship that shouldn't be getting paid. Child, and if they find that they can't find people to fill the positions any longer, that's going to be a problem. Because who in the heck would want to go and apply for these jobs? Now, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Last time I took the cruise, which was I think it was not the one in November, the one in September last year, and I came through and had to go through customs. And I was talking to the TSA worker, and I was like, is this a hard job? No, y'all just got to check y'all's mess when you come through. When you come back, get paid a decent amount of money. Oh, cool. Even though we saw before that they said 35 to 45, but a decent amount of money is relative to the person who's receiving it. And 35 to 45 is not going to work for me. So these people out here working for barely anything, not all, save it, not all, but about allegedly, let's just say $50,000. Ain't worth it anyway, in my opinion. Child, find a new job. Gone. So who are they gonna get to come in there now? Because enough of these people ain't coming back, in my opinion.
To donate canned goods and items to airports just for the TSA agents to be able to use, and that takes a piece of your heart and your pride out as well.
And here's something that I think the American public needs to know about this. People say, well, you save and you prepare for a moment like this, but if you saved and you prepared, you spent that money during the last government shutdown, which was just about 3 or 4 months ago. So are you hearing from your colleagues, look, we used our savings to pay when you guys weren't paying us during the last shutdown, and now we are just empty?
Absolutely. The last paycheck that people got was a partial paycheck, and that paycheck, all of their money from money that they borrowed against their retirement came out of that check. So people brought home maybe $10, $20, $30, and they're at their wits' end. They're frustrated. If they're made to go to work and
yeah, I'm not pulling out pause from my 401k for this foolishness. Dallas says TSA workers more than likely agreed to work under these conditions that a government shutdown could happen. I agree. They absolutely knew what they signed up for. I 1,000% agree. My problem this time in this particular case is the reasoning this time, which is this is just another way that Democrats and liberals, progressives, let's say progressives, are trying to bully their way. But for some reason, Democrats don't think that they do anything wrong and that they're so nice and kind, and Republicans are just mean. Now, all of them are a mess, lest we not get it twisted. But in this particular case, in this particular time, for ICE, who these people didn't have an issue with, like I'm going to continue to say, under Obama or Joe Biden, now all of a sudden got issue that they're in the streets looking like complete and utter idiots, causing chaos and dissension and destroying towns and cities. That's the problem. And then they go and do foolish things where they get taken on the hell up out of here. And then they think somebody's supposed to have sympathy for that. If you're minded the business that paid you and went and talked to your daggone political people, then you might still be here. But because you want to go and think you're going to tell somebody because you think you're special, specifically LTMs and liberal white women, LWWs and LTMs, think that we should care about their funky feelings. I don't care. You know why I don't care? Because I know you don't care about mine. And what you want does not circumvent what I want. And I'm able to have the opinion that I want to have. Let those people do their jobs. Let them go ahead and get who they need to get the hell on up out of here. Because as soon as they say, can some of them come live with you? Y'all instantly shut up and say no. We've seen that as well. Y'all got all this mouth about what you think should happen, but when it's time for you to open up your doors to have them live with you, for some reason, y'all don't want to do that. Why is that? You got all this mouth. You got all this oomph that you're going to get in front of somebody's car, an officer's car. I just call him an officer. An officer's car. No, y'all think that makes sense. And then when you get taken on up out of here, like somebody's supposed to have empathy. Nah, you played a dumb game. You won a dumb prize. Congratulations. You didn't think about being a mother. Why am I supposed to think about it? I do think about being a mother. That's why I don't go do dumb shit like that. And my kids are grown. So if you think that you should get in front of telling ICE what to do, there's people that don't agree. Put on the damn the camera. Put it on. But if you gonna go dox people, I agree with the 25,000 and the 5 years. So make sure that there's some daggone consequences for those idiots, progressive, crazy liberals who will still act crazy because there's never any consequence. Because most of them are the same biatches that always ruin shit.
What kind of shit is that?
All of their money from money that they borrowed against their retirement came out of that check. So people brought home maybe $10, $20, $30. And they're at their wits' end. They're frustrated. If they're made to go to work and to do their jobs and to show up, why are the people in Washington not doing their job?
Yeah, it's a great question. Someone who is saying, look, I'm going to step in and fill the void. Elon Musk announcing this morning that he wants to pay TSA workers. What do you think as a former TSA worker when you hear Elon Musk say, I want you to get paid?
That's amazing. And thank you for stepping up and saying that. But here we are. We have a private person that is willing to step up and pay people who are not receiving their pay. And they're protecting our country. They're protecting us from a potential another 9/11. No one wants that to happen. You know, our shores are being protected by our Coast Guard that are.
I think they do want that to happen. They don't even think about that time, right? That's just out the window. Forget all that. Just like they don't think about the impacts of what they want to have happen. They don't think about what could happen thereafter. They don't care about that. That's the point. That is the point. So let's just forget about 9/11, right? You know what is going on, where all the things, all these wars and chaos and I'm not well versed with all of it, right? But all that stuff is happening outside of the United States. So in other words, y'all want it to be here. Let's just bring it on over here, right? So you want to live in a place like Beirut. You want the United States to look like that. The funny thing is that if something happened to those same crazy ass people, they would be looking for the oppressor's help. They'll be straight looking for the oppressor's help and then complain when they don't come and help them.
Not getting paid. Hackers, if we're watching all of this going on in America, our adversaries are watching the same thing. And that is scary and sad.
Yeah, Tanja.
Ma'am, that's forward thinking. That doesn't get done around here.
Fowler, we are praying for you, for your family, for your fellow TSA workers. It's time to get our TSA workers paid. They're working on the job. They're working hard. Thank you so much.
That's crazy to even be saying, oh, someone should get paid for working. Okay. Whatever you say, child. Let me see. Let's see what the New York Post is talking about over here. This could be the record for the longest TSA line. Lord help your people. Must be New York. Video shows man walking for 5 minutes to get to the end of TSA line at LaGuardia. I bet. Don't get in the wrong line.
Yeah, it's a clear custom for the river.
Oh yeah, just 3 hours, child. Just 3 hours. Just show up 3 hours. That's all you need. 5 minutes, or it's only 3 hours. That's all.
Scandalous. Like this.
What?
No.
Keep moving, keep moving. What happens while you waiting if your dog got to go to the bathroom? Go in the loop.
Yeah.
At the end.
This is it.
You're in the right place.
Oh, the end. The end did come. Well, congratulations. Wow. 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 But 3 hours is enough. How in the heck can you quantify how long it's really going to take with all those people? You can't. And I think this is one of the airports in New York. I've never been, so one of y'all can confirm or deny. I'm not really sure. Shout out to Mona D up in here. Shout out to all of y'all that are here. I see you. I appreciate you. Please make sure you hit the like button for me. Subscribe if you're new. That was just one line. It looped. It went around. It went downtown and went over the mountain and through the daggone woods, child. And I don't disagree with Dallas saying that they agreed to it. I agree. Y'all agreed to it. I'm not gonna take that job. Even before all this, I wasn't taking this job because I need to get paid. I need to get paid. Period. Okay. But put that in there with the negotiations. You think they're gonna do that? But the point is that the same people crying about they care about the American people are okay with American people like this to go and to not be paid. So this is from NBC News. Lines at TSA checkpoints grow longer amid spring break travel rush. And the Houston people are coming back.
At critical choke point airports, those long TSA lines are going from bad to worse to even worse.
I mean, we're all the way back to the food court, so this is a lot.
3-hour lines in Atlanta.
How long you been waiting in line?
I think it's been like forever to my feet.
NBC's Aaron Gilchrist is there.
The advice has been to check online for TSA wait times, but they don't take into account the line before the line, which could double your wait.
2 to 3 hour lines at both Houston.
That's what I said. There's a line before the line if you got to check bags, and then you got to go after that to stand in line for TSA.
Houston airports. NBC's Priscilla Thompson.
Here at Bush Intercontinental, the line snaking through the terminal, downstairs, almost to the parking garage.
Same in New York and Miami. 35 days without a full paycheck, 5,000 of the 50,000 TSA officers are calling out, often working second jobs. More than 30% calling out in Atlanta and Houston, trying to pay their rent, mortgage, car loans, food, gas, and meds.
A couple of days ago, I had to ask my 15-year-old daughter for gas money.
Tatiana Finley and her husband are both TSA officers.
I shouldn't have to go and ask my child to use her birthday money for gas.
In Atlanta, the world's busiest airport is under stress. What is your advice to travelers who are going to be flying out of Atlanta?
Try to get to the airport at least 3 hours in advance. You'd rather be there too early than to be too late.
Yeah, you'd rather be there too early rather than too late. I do agree. Again, I just don't know how they can determine like what the correct time frame is. That's all I'm saying.
And increase your risk of missing a flight.
Meanwhile, 4 Delta flight attendants taken to the hospital in Sydney, Australia, after hitting turbulence on a flight from LA. No serious injuries.
Now, why did they bring that up? They ain't got nothing to do with nothing.
Meanwhile, 20 U.S. airports use private security, not the TSA. They're not seeing the problems. That includes San Francisco, as well as Kansas City, as well as Sarasota. And right now, things are moving pretty well at those airports, Tom.
We thank you for watching. And remember, stay updated on breaking news.
Yeah, thanks. So, yeah. So that's about it. They all basically saying the same thing at this point. Just get to the airport early. 3 hours is enough. You don't know. Okay. I think Elon is talking shit. I think Trump is talking shit. But if they actually ended up sending ICE there, like are they gonna be the TSA agents? Because if they're not gonna be the TSA agents, I don't know what the point is. But y'all don't forget that there was a time where we used to have military personnel with weapons in the airport. I don't know if y'all remember that. I remember. I feel like that was during, I don't know if it was after 9/11. I'm pretty sure it was after 9/11. But I feel like I probably saw some in recent years as well, where the military was walking around the airport with high or big ass assault weapons. And they was out there protecting. I'm just saying. I don't know if y'all remember, but I remember because I took a picture of them. I took a picture of them because I couldn't believe that this is what you came upon when you came into the airport. But maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me. I'm the only one that remembers that. So that's what's going on. So allegedly Elon wants to pay, but he can't. What have we learned today? Allegedly, Elon wants to pay, but he really can't. He's just posturing as far as I'm concerned. It means absolutely nothing. Trump is saying he was going to deport or send ICE to the airports on Monday. Now, I don't know what that, if they're not going to be taking the place of TSA, I don't know what the point of that is. But also, I just think it's just a bunch of talk. Because he also said he wasn't going to sign any more bills until they agree to the terms. Democrats want the want the ICE workers to be reformed. They want them to have on body cameras, and then they want them to not wear masks. The complete opposite of wearing masks during C-19, but you know, I digress. Red, that's what I'm saying. If they're not going to take the place of the TSA workers who are not there, wouldn't that be considered crossing the picket line? But I guess they're not picketing. But hopefully I'm gonna assume to take people's ID, because if not, there's no need for them. And I promise you, if they do go, there's gonna be LWWs coming to cause chaos. And then there will be people in front of airports protesting, laying in the middle of the road, stopping people from coming through, blowing whistles, screaming like idiots, making a bunch of noise, getting in the way, causing just a bunch of stupid chaos for no reason. Say I'm lying. Say I'm lying. That's exactly what's about to happen. So they can look more like fools than they already have. But I digress. Anyway, that's it. Excuse me. That's all. I got to see if I can get out here and get something to eat. But I appreciate y'all for coming through while I sit here and commiserate with the fact that I should be on the beach right now for show, but that's not going to happen, clearly. Next time. Anyway, shout out to all of y'all. I see you. I appreciate you. Please make sure you hit the like button for me. Subscribe if you are new. Make sure you comment. Shout out to Corey. Make sure you hype this video. I appreciate y'all. Shout out to everyone that donated today. Thank you so much. Shout out to all the channel members. I see you. I appreciate you. Shout out to all the mods. I appreciate everything you do, and even to the trolls, because y'all so silly. Y'all don't even realize that all views matter. Thank you for your views, and take your Trump derangement syndrome on. Appreciate y'all. I see you all in the next one.